Hello everyone, I-80386SX, and we have ourselves another Compaq on the bench. This is actually a user request, albeit indirectly. Compaq did this stupid thing in the 90s where they put this diagnostic partition on the hard drive. Now, if you were proactive enough or knew about it or whatnot, you already have it. But we're going to press F10. Pressing the F10. And it goes right into Windows. There's a less violent way to tell this. If you get the rectangle, then you're good. Then F10 should work. If you don't have that partition, you're not getting into BIOS no matter how hard you try, unless you load it by means of floppy. Now, since this was a demonstration for one of my subscribers or viewers, I was proactive enough to back this up. So, if you do need this, I got it. It consists of 2 diskettes. So, let's see, is it really that simple to load the BIOS on the system if you already have an OS? Well, no. And it's like, well, buddy, I'm going to take a partition. I'll just shave off a few megs off the end of the hard drive, and we'll call it good. Well, no. It's interesting. Oh, it's a FAT32. And this is going to reboot, I bet. And unfortunately, there is no way around, as far as I know, there's no way to restore this from a CD. So if you're in the boat of an Armada 7700 or a 7800 or a 73 or 7400, you need to restore this partition. If you're not set up for it like I am, with a Novell server and all that fun stuff, you kind of need the floppies. Maybe someday when I get bored, I'll see if we can put that on a CD or an ISO. But until then, you need the floppies. No 2 ways around it. So, okay, we have the option to run or install or exit. Now, keep in mind, like your Compaq Conturas, your LT Elites, those 2 variants of machines are going to have the same problem. It's not going to look like this, though. The diagnostic partition does not exist. So I was a fool, and I put in the wrong disk, so we have to sit and wait longer. No big deal. I think the diagnostics disk restarts the computer. I could be wrong. I hope it doesn't, but... Alright, so if you have an LTE, Elite, or a Contura of any sort outside of the 1st generation, this will look a hair bit more familiar. So we try to go manage one, we try to create one. And you'll be greeted with this. there is not enough space available on the hard drive for the diagnostics partition. But I have 5 gigs free. What's going on? Well, you need the partition. And for the person that thinks at this point, like, I'm just going to put it at the end of the drive, well, no. But you're close. So, how are we going to get around this? Very simple. You just need some kind of utility, a partition resizer utility that will run on a machine of this vintage. Partition Magic 8.0 will work. I happen to have the CD-ROM for it that I actually paid for many moons ago. You probably get it on archive.org. Partition Magic does offer you to make floppies if you have the installer. And I believe those floppies are on archive.org as well. So let's get in and do it. And a little side note, if you have a 1500, possibly other ones have the same issue. If your Compaq Armada 1500 series does not boot from CD, you need a BIOS update. Plain and simple. You just need a BIOS update, but you can still get that today. I can put a link in to our description if you need that. So, in the CD-ROM, we press the 1 key. I'm going to run in English. Use the language that you are most familiar with. And if you're reinstalling an OS on a Compaq of this era, this is probably what you're going to expect. You're probably going to install your OS. You're going to be, oh, happy as a clam here. If you don't need a diagnostic partition, then yes, you are. And yeah, we have actually 6 gigs free on this drive. So for the person that says we have to resize this, you're correct. But you got to put the space before, not after. I'm going to see if it lets me get away with 15 megs. Yep, so in this case, so yes, do a partition of 15 gigs or leave 15 gigs unallocated. That's what you want to do. It's very important to leave it unallocated. Now, at this point, if you are making any hard drive changes, if you have valuable data, please back up your data. I can't stress that enough. Not backing up data, depending on the situation you're in, is a career killer. I cannot stress that enough. So let's apply our changes. This may take a hot minute because we're resizing from the beginning of the drive and not the end. That's just the way it is. I have a feeling this is going to be moving a lot of data, but we'll see. Progress bars can be a lie sometimes. See? They said it was 99% done, and now we got, oh, well, we're back to 48, so that's fun. Now, if your hard drive is mostly full, then it is advisable to probably just back it up. You probably use something like Norton Ghost you could probably use for that. Back it up, delete the drive, put the partition on first for the diagnostic utility, and then restore. That's my best suggestion if the drive is pretty much full. And upgrade the drive, or get rid of stuff you don't need. Basic tech stuff. So yeah, this entire progress takes a hot minute, as you can tell. I'm not exactly timing it right now, but you're seeing it in full time, real time. And most of my videos are so poorly edited that you know that they're not photoshopped. And 87. Well, this is like watching paint dry sometimes. Not too bad. Uh-oh, don't you dare die on me. Not the time to die. Okay, that's a flaw in the screen. So we got a cold solder problem on this machine, but that's not related to what I did here. So that is not part of the act. Please don't worry about it. So we're going to exit. We are going to press OK. Let's make sure the computer still boots. And we can still boot, so that is wonderful. So now we're going to put in our diagnostic disk that I created a couple days ago for this demonstration. And I think I have it right. Keyword here is think. And we are booting. So far, things are going according to script. Wonderful. I hope I put in the right disk. So yes, now you'll be greeted with this error if you have the space and you don't have the partition, like we do here. So, and you'll go through a flurry of reboots. This is reboot number 1. I think there's 4 reboots in this. Now, it is trying to boot. There it goes. This took a minute. Alright, so it is going to confirm that you have both floppies, so there is a significantly lesser chance of things failing in a catastrophic manner. And this is the real pain in the keister, is that you basically got to swap discs twice. And it's surprising I didn't get that second reboot, but that might be because this one already had that partition on here. I did delete the partition for the demonstration. They put in extra work for people just like you trying to restore these machines. They don't do that for everyone, you know. You always gotta let it sit and do its thing. No big deal. I hope. Alright, set up disk. I don't remember what the SP, the number of the SP for this, or software package for these diagnostic disks, if you do venture out onto the web and get them. Now this part's a little bit different from the earlier Contura and LTE counterparts. Taking its sweet old time here, but worry not. If you are getting into this service and you're expecting speed, you're in the wrong part of the world here. I hate to say it, but well, surprise, it's still trying to read it. It's good. I don't know if you can actually see that it's trying to load, but there's an LED right there where my finger was. That is the floppy LED. So it's working. I hope this floppy isn't bad. That'd be just my luck. This one's taken for dear life. The hard drive light's blinking, so it is trying to do something. It is still copying. Now you can tell. I wonder if it's one of those you have to... It extracts the floppy in the memory, then it slowly copies its way in. Floppy is not making any irregular noises. This has to be the slowest floppy extraction ever. Well, any minute now. About the time I... it's time for me to get to bed. That's making some Compaq floppy noises. I can't even tell how long the video is. If I do the... I'll get my head in the way of the camera, but that is a bill of success. So let's try booting this from this partition now. Just wait for it. Success! And F10 does indeed work. Let's try to go to computer setup now. Computer will restart. And I think I got an F10 again. The Compaq Armada utility is a little bit more tricky in that regard. Give or take. Oh, it just did it. Okay. How very odd. Let's see if it does it again. Okay, I think there might have been a problem with this one floppy, so I'll have to try this again. But generally, that's the concept. Let's see if I can boot it from the floppy. Let's just kind of see here. If you got this far, you got the concept. That's what I was going for here. But I think at this point, I think I'm going to end the video right around here. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section. If you like the video, please like the video. If you dislike it, please hit the dislike button twice. That way I really get the message and I will not do any more of these. So, again, thank you for watching and have yourself a good one.